Okay, this is my story. I'm a 17-year-old girl who's had a pretty privileged life and is grateful for everything I have, material or otherwise. But for some reason, be it on social media or offline, we have this temptation to just pretend our life is better than it really feels. One thing I'd like to point out is that what a good life is a very relative thing. So let's talk about me. When I was 5, my father passed away by drowning in a pool. It was very traumatizing for my mother, who was now forced to return to India with her sister and I. No job and little to no money. This was very hard on my mother, who faced a lot of discrimination and was the face of the gossip scene at work and in the family as well. Of course, why would I share a story of when I was 5 when I'm talking about something that actually leaves a tangible impression? Well, that really did affect me in its own way. I grew up without a dad and had a mother who no longer believed in anything rosy. She'd always tell me about love and more about what could go wrong than what could go right. Needless to say, her rose-colored glasses had been smashed with no chance of repair. As I grew up, I tended to believe in whatever my mother told me. It didn't matter if I actually agreed with it. I would just agree. This tendency even spilled over into my friendships, where I actually imitated my friends, thinking that would bring me closer to them. Now, I didn't think there was anything wrong with this until I turned 16, which tends to be the age a lot of mental health issues arise. All the years of agreeing with whatever she said in a bid to be the good daughter finally caught up with me, and the results weren't pretty. I argued with her on a daily basis and distanced my longtime friends and even my sister. I just felt so alone, and like it didn't even matter if I got good grades if I didn't matter. So my grades, which were the one thing I prided myself on, started to disappear. About a year later, all I remember thinking about was actually how stupid I'd been, and so many regrets. I'd put a man with a midlife crisis to shame. But now that I'm older and hopefully wiser, I know that analysis of what I did wrong would only worsen things because I didn't give myself room to make mistakes. It was relatively recently that I realized that the words, "to err is human," are more powerful than they seem. So although my story doesn't involve too much drama or any addictive substances, if you take away anything, take this. It is not okay for you to bash your mistakes, because then the perfectionist sets in. Trust me, nothing good comes from obsessing over perfection anywhere. It isn't real. And nothing and no one is worth changing yourself for. Even if it works and it brings you closer, you won't be happy because it's not you. It's you pretending to be like someone else. It'll make you sad and just a Debbie Downer. When I turn 18, I hope that this helps me and other people as well, because remember, everyone needs a little bit of help.